Welcome back to the channel, Big Dawg Brett. Want to get into the UGA versus Auburn game today, and I can't wait. We'll be right back. Well, UGA fans, as you may have heard, Georgia is playing Auburn at Auburn, and everybody keeps throwing around this stat about how Kirby Smart is 0-3 or whatever against SEC West road team. But listen, that may be an actual stat, but it's ridiculous. To think that UGA can't go on the road and win a game, you lost your mind. So let's talk about the teams and how they match up. And then I'm gonna drop the bottom line here on you in just a minute. Okay. So Bo Nix, that's their quarterback. Bo Nix, when playing top 25 ranked teams, never mind a top 5 ranked team, a top 25 ranked team, his completion percentage is 45%. He's thrown 6 interceptions and only 5 touchdowns. That's why we call him Mo Picks. Jake Fromm against top 25 ranked teams, his completion percentage this season is 71%. Then you got a field goal kicker who kicks at 70%. Our field goal kicker is at 86% and can kick it from 50 yards. A lot of people think that UGA is a run team and just a run team. I'm here to tell you that UGA has 12 players averaging 10 yards or more in receiving, with 8 of those players with 10 plus catches. So it ain't just 1 or 2 guys that's catching deep passes. Everybody on that offense can catch. Now, let's talk about Georgia's red zone offense versus Auburn's red zone offense, and Georgia's red zone defense versus Auburn's red zone defense. UGA's red zone offense is 2nd in the country. Auburn's is 47th. It's behind every ranked team in the top 25. UGA's red zone defense is 1st in the country. Auburn's is 19th. What I'm getting at is Mo Picks ain't going to be able to throw the ball at a 45% rating against Georgia and expect to win. Nobody in the country has scored a rushing touchdown against Georgia all year, and I believe that's the first time it's happened in over a decade that a college football team went 10 games deep and didn't allow rushing touchdowns. I think we held Florida something like 20-something yards. But you're going to sit on rushing. So you just admit, I mean, the stats say you can't pass the ball when you're playing a top 25 ranked team. And we know you ain't going to run the ball. So what are you going to do? I'll tell you what you're going to do. You're going to lose. And I don't care where it's at. Now, there's a few more stats I want to give you here. This among SEC teams, we're not talking about the whole country. We're talking about among SEC teams. And you can say that probably you have Florida's ranked, Georgia's ranked, Alabama's ranked, Louisiana's, LSU's ranked, and Auburn's ranked. All those teams are in the top 25. Here's where the SEC stat matters. Georgia averages 11 points. The defense only allows 11 points per game. 1st in the SEC. Georgia, 268 total yards allowed per game. 1st in the SEC. Allows 4.43 yards per carry. 1st in the SEC. Only allows 190 yards passing per game. 4th in the SEC. Yards per pass play on average, only 5.7. 3rd in the SEC. 78 rushing yards per game. 1st in the SEC. 2.8 yards per carry. 1st in the SEC. 29.7% 3rd down conversion rate. first in the SEC. 61% red zone conversion rate, first in the SEC. And 30% red zone touchdown conversion rate, first in the SEC. So for all you haters out there that's sitting there saying that the Warplane, Tiger, Eagle, whatever you want to call them, is going to beat these dogs, y'all clearly ain't looked at these numbers. But Auburn's played better teams. Get out of here with that. The teams that they have played have nothing to do with Georgia's consistency on defense all season long. And we have played ranked teams. See, here's the thing about Bo Picks. Mo Picks has only thrown over 200 yards twice, and that was against Ole Miss and Mississippi State. He threw for 340 yards, but they only won by 20-14. Then against Mississippi State, he threw for 335, 56-23. That was a good game, but it's Mississippi State. You allowed Mississippi State to score 23 points. So you're not going to stop the dogs. Almost every single game that Mo Picks has played in, 340 yards against Ole Miss and 335 against Mississippi State. Almost every other game he had was 175 yards or less. Georgia's only allowing 190 against everybody. There's no way that Mo Picks is going to come out there and be able to do anything substantial against that dog's defense. It ain't going to happen. Georgia's offense has one of the, we're second in the country in red zone offense. We get to the red zone, we going to score. We don't even have to get to the red zone and we going to score. We got the best field goal kicker in the country, so how you going to stop the dogs? You ain't going to run it. Bo Picks can't throw it. I don't see how Auburn's going to do anything in this game. So take your War Beagles, take your Plains Tigers, sit down with Beaker, try to find a better quarterback, and put all that around a table and figure out how to play football. Because I'm going to tell you, just like I told Notre Dame, I ain't going to call the dogs off. I'm going to turn them loose on you. This is the oldest rivalry in college football, and whether you want to claim all the games or not, seems like everybody's got a problem with claiming all the losses that UGA hands them. Hey, but that's okay. We're just going to hand you another one. Auburn has not had a winning record against UGA in a single season in the past 7 or 8 years. Now, some Auburn fans going to jump down in the comment section and tell me, oh, but we beat y'all in 2007. And then we come back and whooped you behind when it mattered. Well, you said 8 years ago and we won that. I don't give a... It ain't going to matter today. Gus Malzahn has won one game against UGA when it didn't matter. And when it did matter, UGA went out there and walked all over them on a national stage. And here's the thing. Auburn is just trying to play spoiler. UGA's got something to play for. Georgia got punched in the mouth by South Carolina, and now they're mad. We've shut out 3 teams this year. Looking for another. So please, pretty please, with sugar on top, come on down. Meet them dogs on the field at Jordan-Hare Stadium today. And we're going to hand it to you hot. And when it's all said and done with, you might just be looking for another coach. Get ready. The dogs are coming. You guys have a great day. We'll see you at halftime. God bless.